Hello, everybody, and welcome to Educational Technology at the University of Cincinnati Blue Ash. My name is Dr. Aaron Brewer, and I'll be taking you through the next 16 weeks as we explore educational technology and see how we can provide our students with opportunities to communicate, collaborate, critically think, and create as we consider the ways that digital technology allows us to engage, enhance, and extend the learning in the classroom. Now, Prezi is going to be a weekly program that you will need to follow along. I'll always provide a screencast, but there will be embedded elements in the Prezis that you will need to complete as you work through the Prezi each week. And so you can read this and you'll want to make sure you follow along the path, clicking along at the bottom as we go through each weekly Prezi. Now, this week, I introduce you to elements of the syllabus. I do expect you to read the syllabus. However, I do have a brief video about the two areas of participation this semester. You will need to do the individual discussions and activities as well as the collaborative projects that are both worth 20% for a total of 40% of your grade. And there's a brief video about that. You have minor and major projects as well. There are two minor projects, Learning Environment and Tools, and there are two major projects, the PBL WebQuest and the Digital Story. There's a brief video about that as well. I encourage you to watch this. There are assignment guides for each one of these, as I explained in the semester overview screencast. There's a video you can watch there. Lastly, the last 20% of the class is the digital syllabus. You should get started on this right away. It is a website where you put all of your work this semester. You will also create an educational technology philosophy, and this is where you will complete your book blog about our textbook this semester, A New Culture of Learning. So please make sure you watch that video as well. So this week, we're diving in and I'm giving you a chance to explore the different programs we're going to use. We're going to use Flipgrid and Padlet, and we're going to use Prezi throughout the semester. These are going to be the ways that we can engage and collaborate with each other. They're going to be the primary ways I communicate with you, as well as email for when you need to. As you work through each Prezi, I do encourage you to keep a digital file of all responses to any questions that I ask. The Prezi operates as a thought experiment. As you complete the Prezi assignments, what you're doing is essentially constructing your philosophy of education for technology, which goes on the digital resume. And so if you follow along every week and you take the Monday of each week to work through the Prezi, and to answer the questions and to complete the individual assignments, you're going to be completing the digital resume over the course of the next 16 weeks. For example, in this week, you're going to have a couple of questions that you might want to consider for your final philosophy as we think about technology in our daily lives. And I want you to watch this brief video. This is a former student of mine created this as a final project. And what she did was reflect on just how much technology was integrated into her daily life without her really thinking about it. So sit back for a moment and just ask yourself, how often do you rely on digital technology? How often do you use it without realizing that you use it? Where do you use it? When do you use it? And how? A lot of this course is going to ask you to think about how you understand technology before you use it in the classroom. This course is truly a focus on thinking. It's learning first, technology second. You are not going to learn step by step how to use a particular program. You're not going to learn PowerPoint. You're not going to learn Kahoot. What you're going to do is you're going to think about what is the value of using Flipgrid in the classroom? What are the opportunities that Padlet provides students with to learn and to show their learning. Digital technology, the use of educational technology, is very much a cognitive approach to the classroom. We have to think before we use it. It's not about the bright and shiny. It's not about, ooh, I want to use that new tool. You have to have a reason first. And so let's consider technology in this video. And the next area I have you consider is an educational vision. And this is your book blog. So here I'm introducing the book for this semester. You will read this independently from our course. You should read this book and you should provide at least 4 individual blogs on your digital resume. I ask you to develop a vision. What is that new culture of learning in your classroom? What's possible if we let ourselves experiment with technology? Honestly, when's the last time you took a moment to play with a new digital tool, to experiment, to try? How often do you step outside of your comfort zone? How often do you move beyond PowerPoint or Microsoft Sway? How often do you get away from Google Slides and try something new? That is this class. And so through this book, as you read, I'd like you to identify key quotes and citations and phrases. I want you to explore the themes that the book presents. I want you to represent how you have understood the book as you read it, and answering our philosophic questions. What is good teaching? What is good learning? What's worth knowing? Who is the educated person? And what is the purpose of school? Think about it. How does digital technology transform the modern classroom? How do we cultivate the imagination, as it says, for a world of constant change? So I expect to see at least 4 posts on your digital resume about this book. And I will be reading them, and I will be looking for you to utilize the digital technology at your disposal. It has to be more than just text. You cannot just write a journal reflection using text. I expect you to use images. I expect you to hyperlink. I expect you to identify YouTube videos that help you explore the ideas that you're seeing in the chapters. I will help you if you get stuck, but I do expect you to give it a chance and to try to truly develop your ability to produce a web log about reading our textbook. Okay, that's the Prezi for this week. A couple of questions that have you considering technology, a little bit of thinking about producing that educational vision through the production of a blog about our textbook, A New Culture of Learning. Now we have the embedded part of the Prezi. This week, I'd like you to click on this link, and it will take you to a Padlet page that looks like this. And I ask you to select a column where you feel you currently exist and explain why. Be sure to include your name and a picture. And so you will click either on beginner, novice, expert, or something else. And you will put your name in the title. You'll post a picture that you can take or upload. And you'll write an example of why you feel you are a beginner, a novice, an expert, or something else when it comes to educational technology. Students, when you've completed the Padlet, please go back to the rest of the educational module and continue to work your way from the top down. Make sure you pay attention to the macro overview, the individual learning objectives, and make sure you check out the checklist. Email me with any questions, and I will be in touch. Thank you so much.